Recently, I've noticed a great deal of videos concerning the conservative stance on gay marriage, mostly as fallout from the comments made by Carrie Prejean at the Miss USA pageant. It seems like most of the comments made by either side have religious undertones, either for or against religion. I also think conservatives should look a little deeper at the issue before commenting. I also think the gay minority needs to reassess its tactics in its pursuit of equal protection. The core of this issue is being completely ignored by both parties. The question that arises in my mind is why either side even cares. Why is this even an issue? The fundamental answer to that question is that government has tied legal benefits to the institution of marriage. In fact, marriages are so tied to the legal system today that you can get them performed in a courthouse absent a priest. People can simply go in and get a marriage license as a legal document and forego the entire religious ceremony. So what does this tell us about marriage in America today? You have two sides of this issue arguing points from fundamentally different legal and religious aspects. Gays look at this as a legal right, something constituted by law to give them legal benefits. The religious aspect of this entire thing is completely secondary to the legal rights afforded to married couples in their eyes. The conservatives come at this from a completely religious and moral standpoint, entirely disconnected from the legal benefits. They see marriage as a religious institution, a Christian religious institution at that, and an encroachment in this area by gays is a violation of their religious rights. Now, strictly from a legal standpoint, I think the gays are on a firmer footing personally. Of course, eventually what you run into is what we see in California with the passage of constitutional amendments banning gay marriages. If you really stop and think about it, this is the ultimate form of tyranny. Amending the constitution of a state or federal government to prevent the free actions of an individual when that individual is not encroaching on the civil rights of others. Of course, this plays both ways. Amending the Constitution to allow gay marriage is now impinging on the religious rights of the majority. To force a pastor to perform a gay marriage who religiously believes that gays should not be married is just as tyrannical. Now, some people might think that's silly, but the government would never force pastors who didn't believe in gay marriage to marry gay people. But legally, if there was a constitutional amendment mandating that gay marriage must be recognized, gays could sue in civil court and win lawsuits against pastors and churches who refuse to let them use their church or the pastor to marry them. So how did we arrive at this situation with apparently no recourse but tyranny left to us? And the answer lies in our disrespect for the Constitution. Now let me read you the First Amendment of the Constitution as ratified in 1791. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. Now, what is marriage but an establishment of religion? By according legal rights and status to a religious establishment, we have ultimately left ourselves with no recourse but tyranny. The Founding Fathers saw these problems when they established the Constitution. They tried to prevent them by separating religion and the state. The true conservative position on gay marriage should not be that gays cannot be married, but that government cannot recognize any marriage, as it's a religious institution, from both sides. If marriage is a religious institution between God and man, as conservatives are so quick to point out, then why is government involved at all? Can't the same legal rights afforded in marriage be created under a civil contract? Where marriages are performed in churches and legal contracts granting essentially power of attorney to a partner are created in court. The current legal incarnation of marriage also encroaches on the single people's rights. Why is it that married people should be afforded tax breaks when single people aren't? That's not equal protection. I maintain, and so do my libertarian colleagues, that 99% of the problems we face in America today can be solved by simply getting government out of the picture. The more government encroachment we have, the more tyranny results. Gay marriage is an excellent example. Thanks for listening.